Card Jitsu is arguably one of the most developed and memorable parts of Club Penguin, with real-world cards, 4 in-game minigames, and lore. Just like how the fan headcanon of the iceberg being tippable came to pass during the Waddle On party, I personally wondered about Card Jitsu Shadow when Club Penguin shut down in March of 2017. Today, we are going to be discussing the unsolved mystery of Card Jitsu Shadow. Being a private server developer, I have access to files that exist within the game of Club Penguin, most of the ones in the original database, not custom. So some of those items include the Helmet of Shadows, the Midnight Mask, the Nightfall Coat, and the Shade Sandals. All 4 of these items are what makes up the Card Jitsu Shadow suit, the same elemental suit that both fire, water, and snow ninjas receive from playing their minigames for some time. But why would there be a shadow suit if it's not meant to be used? A manager would have had to tell an artist to create that. The artist would have had to give it to developers, who would then assign it a unique item ID, and then it would have to be put in the game. There has to be something more to this story. After further investigation, I discovered a power card that included the Card Jitsu Shadow suit. Oddly enough, it was given the fire typing. And here's the little animation when it plays. Okay, so you're probably thinking, okay, but this is a cut and dry case. The shadow suit clothing items were made for this power card. Well, that may be true, but I think something else is a little more likely. You see, there would be no reason for the art directors to have someone animate a power card and have them draw the suit, because the files for the suit that your penguin would wear have absolutely nothing to do with what the card animation has. They're 2 separate files, literally no frames overlap at all. So it would end up being a waste of time if there were no plans for the actual suit to be used in the game, even with the special dance, which are called frame hacks too. During the Hollywood party of February 2013, Sensei made an appearance. During one of his meetups, he made a comment that, quote, "there might be Shadow someday," end quote. So since Sensei alluded to Card Jitsu Shadow actually being released someday, it did spark the community's interest. So much so that the Club Penguin team even created a comic that was put in the newspaper, including the name of Card Jitsu Shadow, and threw it right in the community's face for everyone to see. Club Penguin has been notorious for listening to the fan base in the earlier years of its being, with a notable inclusion being the red cape. Screenhog said it best though.
Did you know that the blue superhero cape was the first clothing item that was added directly because of fan input?
Not only that, but the team also hinted at the iceberg being tippable in the Puffle Hotel dining room during the Halloween party of 2014. Club Penguin does foreshadow certain events before they happen. So in more recent developments, we're talking like last week now, from when I'm recording this, one of my friends, Flippr, happened to encounter Polo Field, an ex-moderator for Club Penguin, on Twitter. So he asked him about Card Jitsu Shadow. Flib asked if anything was made more than just the shadow suit, and Polo Field said that there was. So, him saying that ended up sparking the comments, begging him to release the files, and I honestly can't blame them. Like, I would have been there begging too if I knew any sooner. But now this begs a different question. If Card Jitsu Shadow was finished, why didn't the game release on Club Penguin? I guess that's just the unsolved mystery of Card Jitsu Shadow.